Once upon a time, in the ancient city of Savatthi, there lived a woman who had experienced the greatest tragedy of her life, the loss of her only child. She was overcome with grief and despair, unable to accept the inevitable cycle of life and death. Desperate to bring her child back to life, she heard of the enlightened one, Gautama Buddha, and his reputed ability to perform miracles. Filled with hope, she rushed to find him. She found the Buddha sitting under a tree, surrounded by his disciples, radiating peace and wisdom. The woman fell to her knees, sobbing, and implored the Buddha to bring her child back to life. The Buddha, with great compassion, agreed to help her. However, he placed one condition upon her request. He asked her to bring him a mustard seed from a house where no one had ever experienced death. Eager to save her child, the woman set off immediately, knocking on doors throughout the city, asking for a mustard seed from a home untouched by death. She encountered homes of different sizes and wealth, but in each one, she found a common thread: the experience of loss and death. Days turned into weeks, and the woman's hope began to wane. She realized that there was no such house in the city, nor anywhere in the world. Death was an inevitable part of life, touching every family and every heart. Finally, exhausted and with tears in her eyes, she returned to the Buddha, empty-handed but with a newfound understanding. She understood that suffering and death were universal truths, and no one could escape them. The Buddha gently spoke to her. "My dear, you have learned a great lesson. Suffering is a part of life, and in recognizing this, you can find the path to peace and acceptance." The woman, now enlightened by the Buddha's wisdom, chose to follow him and became one of his devoted disciples. She learned to accept the impermanence of life and to find solace in the teachings that lead to inner peace. And so the story teaches us that suffering is a shared human experience, and true wisdom lies in accepting the impermanence of life with grace and equanimity. It reminds us that through understanding and acceptance, we can find liberation from the suffering that is an inherent part of our existence. So, if this story helps you in any aspect of your life, then like it, share it, and you can also subscribe to Inspire Me Now for watching more stories like these. Until then, stay blessed.